Hello there, very good Saturday evening to our viewers. This is the weekend edition of Primetime News. I'm Joel Outscoon. We're coming to you live and direct from the News studios in Colombo. Let's start off with a look at the headlines.
President says best way to resolve problems is through discussion. Heavy showers over 100 millimeters in many areas. Landslide threat in Ahaliagoda prompts evacuations. Deputy Minister Ajit P. Pereira admits mistake on bond. Maitri Gunaratna forecasts future of United National Party. A companion who waits for the arrival of its deceased master.
On our top story, we commence the bulletin with some extreme weather news for you. Now, according to the Department of Meteorology, the Nivitigala and Ahaliagoda areas received the highest rainfall recorded over the past 24 hours. 123.88 millimeters of rain was recorded from Nivitigala, while Ahaliagoda experienced 135 millimeters of rain. Landslide warnings have been issued to multiple locations in 5 identified districts due to persistent heavy showers. Accordingly, landslide warnings have been issued to the divisional secretariat areas of Kuruvita, Ahaliagoda, Ayagama, Kiriyalla, Nivitigala, Kolonna and Palmadulla of the Ratnapura district. Warnings were also issued to the Pitapadura divisional secretariat area in the Mathura district and Yatiyantota in the Kegol district. Ambagamo Korale in the Norili district and the Nellua area in Gaul district have also been issued with landslide warnings. Minor flooding has been reported from Nellua, Hiniduma, Tavalama and Udugama areas in Gaul. According to our correspondent, the Disaster Management Centre has advised the people residing in the bottom of the Nellua hill to vacate the area. Vehicular movement along the Ahangama and Makumura roads in Gaul were obstructed due to a fallen tree. Certain sections of the road has also been inundated. This is the manner in which many low-lying areas and byroads in the Imaduwa and Yakkalamula area were submerged. At Ambagas Junction along the Bulat Sinhala Molkhava main road in Kalutara as well as the Dambalava area has also been submerged due to the overflowing of the Kukule Ganga. The water level of the Ging River is also in the rise due to the upper part of the river receiving heavy rains. The overflow level of the Ging River is 5 meters and at present the water level stands at 3.5 meters. Accordingly, the Disaster Management Centre has advised residents of low-lying areas along the Ging River to be vigilant. The water level of the Nilbala River has also increased due to the inclement weather, while the overflow level of the Nilbara River is 6.8 meters. By 3:45 this afternoon, the water level of the river stood at 6.2 meters. According to reports, the water level of the Kallu River in the Naralagada area in Horana has also increased, with the water level standing at 6.13 meters as at 3 this afternoon. As a result of the heavy rains experienced, the water level of the Kalni River has also increased. Several roofing sheets of the overhead pedestrian crossing of the Bambalapiti railway station were swept away by the strong winds experienced in the area. Vehicular movement was obstructed in the Ravatavath area today as a result of a tree falling onto the Gaul road due to strong winds that swept across the area. In related news, the Department of Meteorology forecast heavy rains between 100 to 150 millimeters in the Sabaragamuwa and central provinces and in the districts of Kalutara, Mathura and Gaul. The department predicts that heavy showers may ease after tomorrow in the southeastern parts of the country. The forecast further reads that wind speeds in the coastal areas may increase to 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. A low depression is being experienced in the central Bay of Bengal these days. As a result, the southeastern monsoon conditions affecting the island have intensified. Due to this, rains were experienced in the southern eastern parts of the country. Some areas may receive rains up to 100 millimeters. This condition may affect the northern areas as well. Other areas of the country could receive rains after 2 p.m. And in news from the President's Diary this evening, the Northern Province leg of the National Food Production Battle commenced under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The President distributed fruit saplings and seeds among the farmers in Puttur, Nilavarai to mark the occasion. The President also handed over a cheque worth 20 million rupees from the Ministry of Agriculture for the development of agrarian belts in the Jaffna district. President Sirisena also attended the national celebration for Tamil Day organised by the Jaffna Hindu College. Close to the entrance of the school, the president was met with a demonstration organised by the National Movement for the Release of Political Prisoners. The president stepped out of his vehicle and responded to their issues. Thereafter, our correspondent said the protesters dispersed. Addressing the event at the Jaffna Hindu College, President Maithripala Sirisena spoke on the demonstration.
On my way to this event, there was a small group of people holding black flags close to the school. I think they were protesting against me. So I got out of my car and spoke to them. I asked them why they are protesting. They presented their issues to me and I told them to come and hold talks with us to resolve their issues. They refused to hold discussions and handed their demands. If there are issues, you have to discuss them with the relevant factions. So it may be in any part of the country. It may be the north, south, east or west. If you have any issue, I invite you to come and discuss them with me. Then we can resolve these issues. In times of war, it is the innocent people who suffer its consequences. The rich will leave and go to other countries. You shouldn't raise black flags. You should raise white flags to symbolize peace. I will tell you a secret for the entire country to hear. If you weaken me by staging various demonstrations, you will only be strengthening the devil. Do not forget that.
A promotional event of the United National Party was held in the Moravak area today under the auspices of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Prime Minister visited a number of villages in a bid to promote efforts of the UNP. Minister of Law and Order Sagar Ratnakar was also present at the occasion. Well, members of the United National Freedom Front called on the chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapre, today to be made aware of the new electoral system.
The new reason for nominations to be rejected is if the required percentage of female representation is less. That percentage has to be on point. If not, it is all over.
The chairman of the Elections Commission spoke to reporters following the meeting.
That is not my problem. If the local government and provincial council's minister gazettes it, we can tell the date of the election. If you look at the United National Party today, its chairman, national organizer and the general secretary have all appeared before the Bond Commission to give evidence. This is a tragedy which has struck the UNP. The question we have is, do the real UNPers have a place? Can they walk on the streets? Its leaders today have brought shame to the party members. UNPers do not have to hide in shame like this. We call on every one of them to join us. We need a new movement, a new party. We have all come forward today for the love we have for the country. We do not have to split the United National Party in two. Its leaders are already doing it.
A seminar on economic freedom was held in Colombo yesterday. We proudly said that we have made the bond market more transparent and that we have created a level playing field. However, it is clear that we have been mistaken. Minister SP Dissanayake expressed these views during an event held in Kandy today.
We have secured a great victory. The doors of the SLFP are open to the Rajapaksas as well as the other members of the joint opposition. The door is also open for members of the parties that were with us earlier. President Maithripala Sirisena has left the door open. Small cockroach-like parties are surviving on the strength of Mahinda Rajapaksa.
An event was held in Kelaniya today under the auspices of Minister Sarath Fonseca to establish UMP branch officers. They must be dreaming of winning and building something similar of what is present in Malvana. They won't be able to repeat the actions. His dreams about Gampa will not come true. We will turn Kelaniya into a trouble-free area once again. We will create an environment where people can live peacefully. Those people who claim that they will give us a fight are the same people who engage in corrupt activities in Kelaniya. They extorted people. They entered politics in a bicycle and went on to build mansions and buy luxury cars. Those are the type of people that rules Kelaniya. We will change this. We are not carrying out our work targeting elections. Well, you're tuned on to the weekend edition of Primetime News. We'll see you right after this short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the news. The 19th World Festival for Youth and Students will commence tomorrow. The festival is a grander youth event of a world scale with a 70-year history and its own tradition. Let's now cross over to Newsfirst Azra Azan, who is currently in Sochi, Russia.
The Newsfirst team arrived in Sochi, Russia yesterday to attend the 19th World Festival for Youth and Students. We went to the Accreditation Center today and we saw delegations from around the world attending and registering themselves to attend the 19th World Festival for Youth and Students. A large number of events, including cultural programs, sports programs, panel discussions, will take place, and the main opening ceremony will be held at the Bolshoi Sports Palace in Sochi. So stay tuned to Newsfirst as we will be bringing you the latest update on the 19th World Festival of Youth and Students. Signing off for now, I'm Azra Hassan, reporting from Sochi, Russia.
Well, back to news at home. Sugarcane farmers in Ampara staged a demonstration in the Hingurana town today, citing 10 demands.
The protesters called for a certified price of 8,500 rupees per ton of sugarcane and also highlighted 9 other concerns, including fertilizer subsidies, ownership of farmlands and concessionary loans. The farmers note that they are yet to receive an appropriate response from the authorities despite staging several protests.
The officials benefit while the farmer is given no consideration whatsoever. There is no income to the sugarcane harvest. We engage in farming amidst many difficulties. We even pawn our jewelry and obtain loans. We will stop cultivating sugarcane and grow some other crop. We will join hands with other farmers as well. The sugarcane industry comes under a number of ministers. One is Rishad Bathiuddin, while the other is Kabir Hashim. We have written to both of them. We are yet to receive a response. Around 30,000 families that cultivate sugarcane in Palavatta, Sevanagala and Hingurana have come together for this protest. The government must focus its attention, else we will move away from the industry.
Well, you may not be familiar with the name Nandasena Nilavira, but for residents of Magala Gaul, he is a well-known individual who has worked tirelessly to protect their lives. Magala is in mourning today as this hard-working individual no longer provides protection to its residents. On the 14th of April last year, bamboo gate operators around the country engaged in a strike calling for high wages. However, Nandasena Nilavira defied this strike and worked tirelessly, manning the railway crossing located in close proximity to the Anula Devi College in Magala. The salaries are low, but what can we do? It is wrong to strike during the New Year season because these are locations that the public frequents. There are many vehicles on the road as well. Even if someone meets an accident, we are saddened by it. This exemplary human being who put the safety of the public before his own salary passed away unexpectedly yesterday. He passed away while crossing the level crossing. He was manning to close the gate. He was run over by a train travelling from Mathura to Colombo. For 4 years, 73-year-old Namdasena protected the lives of people in this area. His monthly salary was 7,500 rupees, and the only things that he leaves behind are his bicycle and his pet dog. His pet continues to guard the bicycle as he awaits his master's return. Today, Magalla mourns the passing of a selfless son, while the level crossing guarded by him became an unprotected crossing as at 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Up next is our investigative segment, Action TV.
On an earlier occasion, Action TV highlighted the restrictions placed on the indigenous villagers of Murutane, Batikalo, who live in close proximity to the Thoppigala forest by the Forest Conservation Department. Located nearly 30 kilometers away from Kiran, Murutane was also located right next to the main operations base of the LTTE in the eastern province. However, these residents have no bad memories of the war. After a civilian administration was set up in the area, a number of restrictions were placed on these residents on entering the Thoppigala forest. However, the same authorities have failed to stop large-scale rackets destroying the forest. This large-scale destruction was caused at a location which is around 3 kilometers away from the Murutane indigenous village. Incidentally, there is no visible path to get to this location. Residents of Murutane notes that an organized group is felling these trees and transporting them to 3 sawmills in Ottamavadi. We cannot engage in farming or any such activity. However, they allow other people to fell trees and take them to Ottamavadi. What is happening? The Forest Conservation Department does not care about it. That is what is happening. There is only a small amount of forest remaining. If Sirasa did not come here to reveal what is happening, this would have also been destroyed. Palu and Vera trees usually have beehives. As the trees have been cut down, we can't even gather honey. These footage provide proof that a group of racketeers have been freely operating along the banks of a tributary of the Maduru Oya. One side of this tributary comes under the purview of the Punakadu area, while the other comes under the purview of the Pawatamune area. Based on a complaint lodged by the Pawatamune Grama Niladari officer, the Valachane police submitted a B report to court on the 10th of last month. However, the report does not contain who is responsible for this atrocity. The Forest Conservation Department, Irrigation Departments, nor the divisional secretaries came forward to take ownership of these trees. As a result, the police had to deploy officers to safeguard the timber based on a court order. The Forest Conservation Department ruthlessly pursues the member of this indigenous village who live in harmony with the forest. However, where were these same officials when crimes of this magnitude took place? Where are they today? Secretary to the Ministry of Mahavali Development and Environment, this is over to you.
Well, Good Market is yet another successful concept. Gammadha that commenced with the development of the rural community has created many opportunities to the urban community by collaborating with Good Market.
The Gammadha stall at Good Market is receiving positive feedback from urban residents who arrive here on a weekly basis. The Good Market is held every Saturday at the racecourse grounds in Colombo, and the Gammadha stall was erected today as well. The aim of this initiative is to educate the urban community about the projects undertaken by Gammadha. Those who visit the Good Market have an opportunity of enjoying numerous local delicacies not commonly found in Colombo. Meanwhile, a live recording of Kids First was carried out at the News First come at the stall.
Oh, අම්මගෙන් නම් හරියටම ගුටි කාලා තියෙනවා. මගේ අපච්චිගෙන් නම් ගුටි කෑවේ එක දවසයි.
Allocated a total of 18.3 million rupees for the project. Water bottles were also distributed among 470 families who will benefit from this project. When the President and the Prime Minister are implementing a program to provide low-interest loan schemes to mark the second anniversary of the government, a small group of government officials are trying to stop this from being implemented. Officials who act in such a manner insult the government and damage the trust the people have in the government. I see this as a conspiracy to bring the defeated leader back to power.
A dengue eradication campaign was conducted along the Sri Mahabodhi Road in Dehiwala.
The campaign was organised by students of Alithia International School in Dehiwala. Newsfirst cameras captured this footage of drains filled with water and garbage which has not come to the attention of the authorities at the Dehiwala Urban Council.
As students of Alithia International School and Alithia School, we help the neighborhood to clean all the dirt which collect and which eradicate the dengue problem in this locality of Alithia School.
We've organized the Shramadana program to help minimize the effects of dengue, especially during this time period, considering the monsoonal rains that give birth and increase the threat of rising dengue problem within the locality of our school.
In sports, it's cricket now. President of Sri Lanka Cricket, Tilangu Sumatipala, said a decision will be announced on Monday regarding the third T20 international between Sri Lanka and Pakistan, scheduled to be played in Lahore. Sri Lankan players addressed a letter today requesting that the decision to play the third and final T20 international against Pakistan at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore be reconsidered.
Over the past several weeks, many of the players headed by Captain Upul Taranga made an appeal to reconsider playing at that venue, and instead they would prefer playing at a neutral venue. Based on the current situation in Lahore, the International Cricket Council has decided to send umpires and other required officials. They do not have any issue in terms of the security situation there. The 3 ICC-approved games which were played in Lahore were hosted without any issue. We hope to discuss and get the necessary advice from the President, security units, the Prime Minister and Sports Minister. A special meeting is scheduled to be held at 6 p.m. on Monday.
Well, before we wrap this edition of Weekend News, we'll leave you tonight with footage of an elephant being rescued from the Ised D Canal in Polonnaruwa. Well, if you missed out on any stories, simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Zola Outsgood. Have yourself a great night ahead.